Hi guys, it's Ben again from Nerf Mods for Dummies. Today I'm going to be looking at doing the Triad, which is a simple 3-shot smart AR blaster with a very underpowered spring. So what I'm going to be using today is just with the spring replacement. I need one screwdriver for this, but I'm going to increase the seal on it too, so I'm just getting some electrical plumber's tape or plumbing tape, whatever you want to call it, just this type of tape to create a better seal under the O-ring. Go into my box of springs and pull one out of here. This is a box of mainly Nerf Turf springs, and that's what I'm going to be using today. So that's Australian Nerf Turf springs. So I'm not going to be using a long shot spring. I'll be using the 6 plus kilo Retaliator spring in this one. This is one of the new ones, which is gold coloured plated to give it a bit more quality and make it look a bit prettier. I'm not sure if you can tell on the light from my workbench how the colour actually is. Okay, as always, make sure that it's not primed, which you can always tell by that handle. So it's pretty easy to do. This one's probably going to be one of the quickest and easiest spring mods to show you, because it's only undo 4 screws, or 5 if you count the one on the plunger, and replace the spring. Now the Triad is basically like a 3-barrel jolt. I don't have a jolt here at the moment to show a video on, but it's one I can look at doing soon. Okay, what I always do with screws, keep them on a magnet so I don't lose them. Alright, so undo top one here. Now when you're doing this, it actually does sit in a little groove there. You got that little hex groove, and the head goes into it. So you got to be careful when you put it back on that it goes in the right way. So that's the standard spring, and that's the 6 plus kilo Australian Nerf Turf spring. As you see, very weak and nice and solid. The first thing I want to do is, you're going to check the air seal on this. Before you put the plunger back in, you need to suppress the trigger so that little part opens up. See the wobble and movement in there? That's because there's plenty of room underneath this O-ring. So to fix that up, take off the O-ring, take off the plumber's tape, run a couple of wraps around. I run it this way, so it's basically half folded. I twist it so it fits into the groove of where the O-ring should be. I don't run it at full width. Tuck in the ends so the O-ring covers it all up. Put the O-ring back over the top. Now just to test that you didn't put too much on it and that it isn't oversized. So push the trigger to move that lever out to get out of your way. That's nice and tight now, so there's no movement or wobble. So it's going to be a straight push of air, none escaping underneath behind the rubber. So before I put it back on, I use white lithium grease. This is from Orange Modworks, so I still have a fair bit of it here from stuff I've done in the past. I also use super lube or any other type of lube that you want to use, as long as it's not oil based, because oil based will deteriorate your O-ring, which is what you don't want. Okay, so the 6 kilo Retaliator spring, I haven't tried the 10 kilo, I'm not game to. Now see, I'm lining up the head with those grooves it's got to sit in. So now my hands are covered in lube, so it's going to be fun to try to get this on before it slips. There we go, that's back on. Nice and solid, better seal. Now this has got what's called a smart AR system. So the dart will activate when there's pressure pushed against it, and it will do it in a set order. I can't remember what it is. So say 1, 2, 3. If you put it straight in there, it'll go 1, 2, and so on and so forth. It runs on a cycle. If you remove one of these, then it's going to be constantly open and you're going to lose all your air through it. So when it comes to a smart AR system, like what's on it, this, rough cut, double strike, and other blasters, you're best off leaving it alone, otherwise you're going to destroy it. So once again, push the trigger to move that tab out of your way. Slide it in and that feels a lot tighter. And it's going to need a bit of pressure to push it in and lock it in place now, because you have got double the power of the spring. Oh, put that on backwards. Yeah, I'll put that on backwards. Never mind. No, I had it right. Sorry, I just need to hold this against my body so I can screw in the screws. So trying to keep it on camera. That's one in. Normally with stuff like this, I normally don't put the screws all the way in. I will put them half in and work my way around it. But it's a 6 kilo spring, it's a very hard base, so you don't have to worry about balancing the weight and pressure around too much. Sorry, trying to keep it on camera while I do this. This is, so this, if I was doing a jolt, I would remove the AR. Let's see if I can get my hands on one and do up a video, because I haven't done a jolt. I think I've done about every other Springer except for the Jolt and Triad. But I am keeping my eye out for new ones, so I can add some more videos and content up for you guys to see. Nice screw in. And that, I'm just looking at the timer on the clock, start to finish a little bit over 7 minutes. And that's talking my way through it. You can feel the compression when you pull it out now. And I'll pause it for 1 second, grab some darts. Alright, got some darts in it now. Shoot it into the wall. Shoot it across. You can hear it actually hit cardboard on the other side of the room, which is probably about 3 meters away. And this one will go into steel box in my toolbox. You can hear the power behind that. There you go, guys. That's all done now. The Triad. Nice little 3-shot blaster with a 6 kilo spring from Australian Nerf Turf. A big shout out thanks to Mike for the blaster and the spring for this mod video. I'll put a link to the store in the description. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos.